Greetings, I'm Pearl John from Logos Management, and I'm delighted to meet with you today. As we continue our journey through the book of Genesis, we encounter a chapter of family dynamics, faith struggles, and the power of forgiveness. The story of Jacob and his 12 sons is woven with moments of triumph and trials, a narrative that resonates with the complexities of our own times and lives. Let me highlight for you three key themes that might make sense for us as we unlock the scriptures. 1. Sibling rivalry and redemption. 2. The faith wrestles with God. And 3. The healing power of forgiveness. We will glean insights that echo through the generations and touch our hearts in profound ways today. The story of Jacob's 12 sons is riddled with sibling rivalry, yet it carries the thread of God's redemptive plan. Let us explore the dynamic interplay between human, family, and divine purpose. 1. Sibling rivalry and redemption. The favoritism trap that we experience here is one that we need to be cognizant of. Jacob's favoritism towards Joseph triggers a series of events that ignite jealousy and rivalry among the brothers. Genesis 37:4 captures this dynamic effectively. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peacefully to him. So watch out for that favoritism trap. Secondly, from pit to purpose. Joseph's journey from betrayal to becoming a key figure in Egypt showcases God's sovereignty. Genesis 50:20 reveals his perspective. As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. God's redemptive plan transforms others' maligned intentions into a platform for God's glory. So remember, if you're going through a pit experience, that it is God who has a purpose through the pit. Thirdly, a foreshadowing of Christ. A foreshadowing of Christ. The story of Joseph foreshadows the ultimate redemption through Christ. Just as Joseph forgives and reconciles with his brothers, Christ extends forgiveness and reconciliation to all who turn to him. Let's move on to the second highlight. Faith wrestles with God. Jacob's life is marked by a remarkable encounter with God, an encounter that shapes his identity and his faith. The wrestling match illustrates the depths of our relationship with God. So let me highlight for you three key areas. 1. The night of struggle. In Genesis 32:22-31, Jacob wrestles with a divine being, refusing to let go until he receives a blessing. This encounter reflects the struggles of faith, embracing God despite life's challenges. Secondly, a new name. Following the wrestling match, Jacob's name is changed to Israel, a name that signifies he strives with God. This renaming underscores the transformative nature of encountering God. And thirdly, wrestling in faith. Jacob's wrestling is not limited to a single night. It is a journey of wrestling in faith throughout his life. Similarly, our faith journeys perhaps involves ongoing struggles and encounters with God. And the call is to continue to wrestle and not give up. Thirdly, the healing power of forgiveness. As the narrative unfolds, we witness the power of forgiveness, a force that brings healing and restoration to broken relationships. Let me highlight for you three key areas. 1. Reconciliation. Joseph's reconciliation with his brothers in Genesis 45 is a poignant moment. He forgives them for their betrayal, demonstrating the transformative power of forgiveness. 2. A father's forgiveness. Jacob's eventual reunion with Joseph reveals a father's heart of forgiveness. In Genesis 45:28, we witness Jacob's astonishment and joy as he learns that Joseph is alive. And thirdly, extending grace. Joseph's act of forgiveness reflects Christ's call to forgive others. Matthew 6:14 and 15 reminds us, "For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." The narrative of Jacob and his 12 sons mirrors our own lives, woven with challenges, redemption, and faith struggles, and the power of forgiveness. Just as God's redemptive plan unfolded through this flawed family, He continues to weave His story through our imperfections. May the lessons of the sibling rivalry, redeemed faith, wrestling with God, and the healing power of forgiveness resonate deeply within us as we navigate the complexities of our relationships, faith journey, and the struggles. Let us remember that God's grace and purpose shine brightly even in our darkest moments. The narrative of Jacob and his 12 sons is a reminder that God's redemptive plan is always at work, even in the midst of family dynamics and fractured relationships. As we journey through life, may we find comfort in God's unchanging character, hope in His redemptive plan, and hold on to His transformative work in our lives. This is Pearl John signing off, The Other 167. Keep watching The Other 167 as we continue the series next week. Until then, have a wonderful week ahead. God bless.